Now we need to talk about the operators. In Python, we have 5 types of operators, like arithmetic, plus, minus, star, or multiplication operator. Comparison operators: greater, lower, greater, equal, lower, equal. Logical operators can be given such as and or or bitwise operator, ampersand, or, tilde, not operator, and, or, and tilde, not. Okay, and we have the special purpose operators, is, in. Okay. In the first place, we need to talk about the arithmetic operators. For example, print new line. For example, if a divided by 4 can be given in here, and so the print a and type a, which is given by the type a. Okay, and so we can write the whole things in here. What's the type of the a? It's float, because 10 divided by 4, which is equal to 2.5, and so the automatically creates the what, the a with the values of the float, which equals 2.5. Okay, and so the type of a is equals to the float. Okay, or b is equals to the a is equals to the 12 divided by 4. Okay, and so can print these values. At this time, this is equals to 3, and then 3.0, which is equals to the float. Okay, and so if the division gives us an integer value, but the Python creates the what, the float value in here. In order to remove this pattern, we can divide this value with the 2/ division operator, just like this one. At this time, the 3 type a is equals to what, the integer value. This is a special operator for what, for obtaining the only integer value, not the float one, guys. Okay, and so also we can write these things, the 10, and then the a value is equals to what, the 2, because the rest of the floating point is removing from the what, from this point. Okay, also we can write the 10 percentage 4. It's given in here, which means that if I run this code, we will have the 2 value, just like this one. But if I choose the 3 in here, and so the remaining part is equals to what, is equals to the 1, but it returns to the what, to the integer value. What about the 10.10? And so remaining values from the percentage operator in here, just like this one, is equals to what, the float value. Okay, this is the basic rules for the what, for our division. And so unlike the other language, -11 percentage 4, which is equals to, or the mod operator, gives us the what, the real results in here, just like this one. Type is equals to a is equals to 1. See, because the 12 divided by 4 gives 0 remains, and so if we take the mod of the what, the minus 12, and so we will get the 0. But the remaining part must be equals to what? To the 1. For example, if I choose the minus 12, and so we will have the 0 value, or minus 10, we will have the 2 value in here. Okay? Or we can write what? The 2 double multiplication operator with the 10, which means that this is the over operator in here, just like this one. And so we will have the 1024, because 2 over, or magnitude of the 10, is given in here. Or we can use the float value, unlike the other language, C or C++. We can write it, or we can calculate it, just like this one, 2.29 blah blah blah. And so this class is to what? Is the float value. Okay? So this is the basic operation about these things. But in priority level, we have the right to left rule, or priority. For example, print minus 3. What is the output of this code? Can anyone guess that? We have 3 negative value in here, minus value, and also we have the constant literal value of the 3. What is the result of this print? In this case, we have the minus and minus. The 2 minus removes these terms, and so we have the minus 3. And so we will get the minus 3. Just like this one. See? Minus 3. Or we can print the what? The 8 or 10 minus 5. What's the result of this code? These 2 minus remove to each other, and so we will have the minus value in here. And so 10 minus 5, which is equals to what? To the 5. Okay? Or with the same idea, if I add the 1 more minus in here, and then we will have the what? The minus, and so this returns to the what? The plus operator in here, and so we will get the 15 value. See? Or just like this one, if I add the plus, and so what is the output of this code, Maryam? The last one. Yes, it's true. What is the output of this code? 5, right? So right to the left rule is important, because at the right we start with the what? The right hand side, and so this removes, this removes, this removes, and this removes. Okay? So what happens if I choose the minus 2 over 2? What's the values of these terms? If we have the right to left rule, and so firstly this must be processed, and after that the negative value is induced in here, which means that this returns to the what? Minus 4. But if I use the special operator, the parentheses, what is the values of the last term, Maria? Because the parentheses is the upper priority with the what? With the arithmetic operator in here, just like this one. Okay? And also you must know that there are no plus plus or minus minus operator in Python. There is no increment and decrement operator in Python. This is a syntax error. Okay? This is the basis of the arithmetic operators. And so we need to continue with the comparison one. Okay? Comparison operator. What is the comparison operator in here? Print. We need to take some new lines in here, just like this one. And so the print 3 is bigger than 2. What's the output of this print, Maria? True, because 3 is greater than 2, right? And so what's the output of these things? 1 is greater than 2 or not. It's false, and so we will get the false. Okay? So also we can use the 3 is equal to the 3, right? And so this is also true because the 3 is equal to the 3. So what happened if I choose the 1? True. 1 is equal to the true or not. This returns to the true value, because the true is converted into the integer value because we have the integer value, and so after that this returns to the true value. But what happened if I choose the 10 plus 2 greater than 3 plus 8? What is the output of this code, Maryam? True. Why? Why? Yes, but we have the 3 operator in here, plus, greater, plus, right? And so this plus has the greater priority on than the comparison operator. Okay, the arithmetic operators has a priority level than the comparison one. And so what happened if I choose the this is the 2, and so we will get the false value in here. But what happens if I choose this one, Maria? What's the result of this code? The last one. Why? Why 18? Because we have generating to the false value. False, yes. False plus false converted into the into the 0. And so 10 plus 0 plus 8 is equal to the 18, right? And so if we have this notation, and then what is the result of this code? Just see that in the arithmetic operator, right to left rule is applied, right? And so this is 1, this is 2, and this is 2. Because in this case we have the right to left rule. This is 4, and 4 times 1, 4, and 10 plus 4 plus 8 gives us 22. Okay? So what happened if I choose this code? 2 times this one. See? 26. Because at each case this code is analyzed at the what? At the right hand side, to the left. Okay, this is simple rule about the arithmetic operators and the comparison one. Okay, so what happens if I write the 5, 10 and 20? What's the output of this code? In comparison operators, priority level is equals to the left to the right. Okay, in comparison. So firstly, this condition is processed, is run. After that, this results is run with these conditions. Okay, and so this is true or not? This is true, and so this returns to the true, and so this returns to 1, and so 1 is smaller than 20, and so it returns to what? The true value, right? Also, the print 10 equal a, or 10 greater than 5. What's the result of this code in here? False. Okay, if I run this code, and then this is also true. Why? Just see that in the first case we have 5a. Okay, in the second case we need to compare to what? 5a 20. Okay, the first one is this, the second one is this. Okay, and so if this is returns to the what? This value, this is checked, this is true, and this is checked, this is true, and so this returns to the what? The true values. Okay, and so if I choose the 3 smaller, 5 smaller, 20 greater 10, what's the result of this code based on this information? Firstly, this is true or not? This is true. 5 smaller than 20, true, and 20 is greater than 10 is true, and so the output must be true, right? And so what happens if I choose the 4, 2 greater 1, and after that 5 times 4? What's the result of this code? Can anyone guess that? False. False. Yes. It's false because at the same time these values these values processed in here, because the arithmetic operator has higher priority in here, and so this is 1, this is 4. Okay, and after that 4 is greater than 2. No, this is false, and returns to what? False, and so it's greater than this one. It's not does not true. Okay, and so what happened if I choose the what? The 10 in here? In this case, see that this is true, right? Because this returns to the 4 value. 10 is greater both 4, but if I choose the 11 values in here, see, this is false. Do you understand the conditions or the priority levels right now? This is so simple. It looks like the highly complex, but it's so simple. Right? Yes, this is true, Yara. So it's equal to, no, it's not equal 1. If we have the at each case, no. If we have at each case, we have the comparison operator, this does not return the true value because actually it returns the true value, but this is the the result of this code is true, but the algorithm or the Python cannot analyze like this one. If this is true, and then true must be returned to the what to the 1, and after that it should give me to the what the true, but this is not the case. If we have at each case we have the comparison operator, and then we cannot convert the boolean value to the integer one, Yara. So there is no space to converting the integer value in here, or either in this case or either in this case, but in this case we convert these values to the integer, but we have two operators in here just like this one, and so this yields us to the what, true or false value. Do you get it? Because in the first place at this code this is run, and after that we always have the comparison operator, and so we will get the true or false value at this case. For example 5 10, okay, this is true, but if I multiply this condition with 2, and so this is converted into integer values, okay, and so if I choose to run this code, and now for example 2 3, and so this returns the true value because in the first place this code is run, not this one, okay. Okay, so this is the comparison operator locations, and so also we need to talk about the logical operators. What is the logical operators? The logical operators and, or, not, and there's two response in here, true or false, okay. So print false and true. What's the output of this code, Yara? This must be false, right? What is the output of this code? False and false. Yes, because we have only 0 values, right? If we have true true, and then we have the true, or print false or true. It's true because it is or values, right? And so false and 1. What's the output of this code? The last one. In this case we have the 1. Yes, true, because the true in the or, this 1 converted into the what, the true value, because the false is 0, true is non-zero values. For example, if we have this value, what happens if I run this code? If I run this code, and then we will have the 10 values in here. See? Because in the OR case we have the 0 value. But what happens if I choose the what? The true values right now. See, this is true. Do you understand the concept in here? The false is 0. 0 or 10 returns to the what? The 10 values. Okay? But true or 10 is true. Why? In the first place, this converted into the what? Into the integer values. This is converted to integer values. But 1 or true or 10 gives us the true. Why? Just see that if I choose to use this syntax just like this one, voila. Normally these two conditions must be the same, right? We can think that, but this is not. In the OR operation, we have at the left hand side determines to the what? To the type of this variable. The left hand side. Otherwise we cannot do that, because in this case just see that 10 or false, and so we will get what? A 10 value. And so if we have any integer values in here, and then also we have these 10 values at the left hand side of the OR, and so this returns to the same values of these terms. Just like, see that the print 10 and true. What's the output of this code? This is true. Okay, and so I can try another code in here just like this one. True and 10. And so see that this is true and this is and so at the OR left hand side priority, but at the end right hand side is a priority. Do you understand that, guys? This is simple but effective difference between the utilization of this code. You see? Or print not true can be given in here, and so this is false. Or not minus 150. What is the output of this code? This is false. Yes, this is false. But why? This is non-zero. Okay. What is the output of this code? Not 0. No. This is true. Yes. Yes, true. Okay. So, do you understand how we can use the logical operators in here? These are the complex case, but simple and effective difference could be happen at the what? At the priority level to be utilized in the programming language. Okay? But you must say that the logical operator is lower than comparison one. Just remember that. For example, print, for example, 3 greater than 2 and 1 greater than 4. What's the output of this code? It must be false. No, it's false. Mustafa. Because the logical operator is lower than the comparison one. Okay? And so, how can we utilize these things? Firstly, this is done and this is done, and after that the AND operator is applied on this case. And so, for example, 3 and this is 5. What's the output of this code? These two conditions true, and so we have true values. Okay? Or print not 10 times 3 in here. What is the output of this code? This returns to the what? The 30 values, and 30 value non-zero, and non-zero not is equals to what? The false, right? Or print not 9 times 0. What's the output of this code? This must be true, right? Because and this returns to what? The 0, and so this is true. Or print not 10 times 4. What's the output of this code? Not 10 gives us 0, and 3 and 0 times 4 gives us 0, right? But if I choose the what? The not 0 times 4, this yields us to what? 4. Yes. Okay. So, any question? If there's no question, and then we will continue with the assignment operators, but not this week, in the next week. Okay?